Hey, morning. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the Blue Gamer Bluecast Morning Show. I'm your host, Adam Blue, your video game enthusiast, industry analyst, and today for, June 26th? My daughter's birthday, 2026, run through the latest gaming news, what I've been playing, etc., etc. Good to see you, Ultronomus and GMKLX. Hope you guys had a good week. Hopefully we'll have some fun with some stuff we'll be talking about today. Where do I start? I mean, really, I think the biggest thing with this week was Star Fox on Switch 2, and it's been awesome. It was cool that not only was it then released and it was a short window, or announced and then a short window until release, but then there was a demo that came out for it, which I thought was cool, unnecessary, but also necessary. I think it's good that demos come out and stuff. But no, I've played a bunch. I played some yesterday on the Gundam Explained morning show, which that was pretty cool how many Gundam fans are really into Star Fox. There's that crossover. I was playing that, was it Sector Y? Or I forget which one, but it's basically the hidden path. You can get to the level that has all those battleships, mobile suits, and at the end you fight a red mobile suit. That's pretty fast. So I love that crossover. But yeah, so anyway, let's see. I missed the classic PS1 demo disc. Just give you a bunch of demos. Oh, I loved demo discs. Yeah, PS1, Dreamcast, even Xbox was doing that for a while. Yeah, those demo discs were awesome. That gave you stuff to play. In fact, it's funny to think of, maybe there's games out there that I played the demos so much, and not really the full game. You know what I mean? I bet there's a lot of that. But no, anyway, Star Fox has been fun. In fact, let's jump in real quick. Oh, GMKLX, you still have your old demo discs. That's actually pretty cool. That's a cool piece of gaming history. All right. Just to show real quick with Star Fox 2, I've put 2 hours and 19 minutes in. That has been a full run, because how the game is set up, there's multiple runs. You're never gonna, you can have the same run, but there's always different paths you can take, right? And so there's stuff to go back and unlock. And what it does on this is it shows, the level you beat and then what other challenges and secrets you can do on that. But then there's also a separate section that's challenge levels, where it's all the same levels. There's just specific things to do in each one. Add some replay value. That's pretty cool there. And then there's which is pretty fun, there's the battle mode, right? And you could do it online, but you can also do it by yourself. And this is really awesome. This is just something I would have loved on the N64, where you're just playing against, other ships, in these little game modes. And I had a lot of fun with that. I just did it by myself. It's 4v4, but I think there's other enemy ships around, maybe, or something. I don't know. But it has like capture points where you can go and, like, if enough of your team is in this certain designated area long enough, it fills up a bar, you capture it. And I gotta say, it was just fun doing that. So I guess this 2 hours and 19 minutes was me doing a single run, partway through a second run, playing the challenge level, the challenge mode, and then also that battle mode. There's a lot there. There's a lot to do, and I can't wait to get back into it. And you know what seals this as just a great game, that is what the 64 version did, even the SNES one. It's the combination of everything. It's the music, the graphics, the fact that it's these animals as pilots. That seems like such a childlike thing, but it's not. It's just a cool thing, and it makes me think sometimes of, you look at ancient Egypt and, the hieroglyphs they had, and how some of it had, animal-headed beings. And I feel like there could be different reasons for that, but I think deep inside humans, there is something to that, where we're projecting a certain type of animal on a character. There's a reason Peppy is the way he is, Slippy the Toad, like Fox, Star Fox, like they're taking certain elements of animals and running with it. I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, I might play a little bit here if there's time at the end, but that's what I have been playing. I haven't, let's see, I think On the 24th, I played a little bit more of that Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight and Metroid Prime 4. I think I was jumping back in as I was just whittling away at those to eventually beat them. The thing with Lego is the Batman game is that's actually a fun game. It's just I can only do so much that I need more for my brain to grab onto and to think about, and there's not much there. Metroid Prime 4 is the same thing. After just beating Resident Evil Requiem, and I was talking about this yesterday in the Gundam Explained show, playing Metroid Prime 4 just has this, it's the same thing as the modern Resident Evil. Or I think it's what a lot of these modern games do that, yeah, they did this stuff to a degree in the past, but nowadays there's almost like this specific I don't know, template. That's a very broad market template that you can use for games. So anyway, I might talk more about that later, like a video or something. Where do I want to go to next? Well, first of all, I want to show you guys something. We talked about my job loss. I built an app. You can go to resumematch.help. And what this helps with, and I know this is not game related, but this is like me doing a sponsored video of my own product. You sign in, and what you do is it will first ask you to upload an application or a resume, I should say. If you haven't done that yet, and you can always go click on update. You can edit the text in it, or you can upload a new one. But basically, then what you do is you go to New Match, you type in a job description, the company, and then the job title, the company, and the job description. Analyze match. So what that does is it will then analyze your resume versus that job description and let you know where there are gaps and strengths. It also creates a tailored resume where it sort of edits to a degree how you could better represent yourself based on that job description. And then over on the left, you'll always have, all the different matches that you've made in there so you can review again. In on each page is like the interview process applied, phone screen, interview 1, number 2, offer, notes. The idea here is just to keep track if you're, going through the job hunt and track what you're doing. And it really came out of me, as soon as I lost my job, the first thing I did was start looking. And as I was looking, I was making sure to sort of mentally notate, formulate the process in which I am doing things so I can reduce the repeatability. And I think this helps with that. So anyway, this is free. Check it out. Hold up a second. There's a bug on a little bug on my ankle. I didn't know what that was. Okay. Anyway, that's that, guys. I think that's pretty cool. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay. This, what should I get on to next? Do we want to look at the other thing I made, the gaming dashboard? This I will have to edit because right now my main game is Star Fox. And then, yeah, the side game is going to be Mouse PI or Batman, but I think more Mouse PI. I want to get that done. And then I think I'm going to change Char's Counterattack to that SD Gundam Wonder Swan game. Yeah. So again, this is just a way for me to track what I'm working on. And some of this stuff is not accurate. It's just like fill in stuff as I sort of build this out. But anyway, yeah, and then so this is updated. It has Resident Evil Requiem on it, and so far I have First Light as my number 1 game of the year, Crimson Desert as my number 2, but the other games that have come out this year I haven't really set yet. And it's actually funny, I was thinking of maybe out of all these games, R-Type Dimensions 3, as much as I think maybe Scott Pilgrim EX is the better game, I was just having so much fun with R-Type Dimensions 3. Look, Scott Pilgrim EX is really good. I think when I think of Game of the Year stuff, I need a game that does more than just be good for me. It needs to be doing something that, I don't know. Because here's what's going to happen. We're going to come to the end of the year and I'm not going to know what to choose. I'm going to be like, well, I guess Scott Pilgrim. I guess Star Fox would be up there actually. And that's not necessarily that it's doing anything new gameplay wise, but it's presenting me with a package that is quality of Game of the Year. Anyway, we'll get back to that later. Something else I wanted to talk about. It's been 6 months since High Guard. And, I was just going back on some tweets that I saved. And I don't know, it's a friend Mirabella. The only reason you don't really hear of him often outside when it comes to the influencer gaming space nowadays, because he's part of that older guard. IGN back when it was N64.com and all that. But it's interesting how, he's sharing an influencer's. So Fernando Barra is sharing an influencer's take on High Guard. And he's saying High Guard's Instagram shared a few snippets of early impressions from its creator event. Players said feel of Gunplay is a favorite. Different than battle royales or extraction, blah, blah, blah. And then, this is a total valid post. Someone said, no one has seen actual gameplay of this game. They're really trying to trick people into downloading this game. Fran Mirabella says, how are they trying to trick people if you'll only be able to download it once they show it? And it's also available for free to play at the same moment. And unfortunately, that's a very shallow thought of the games industry. Of course they're tricking people. This is the point. The trick started when the company's like, hey, let's throw a whole bunch of money into this game. That's it. That was the whole point. They're like, hey, it's going to be a live service multiplayer game. Let's throw a whole bunch of money in it. That is the trick. It is a trick. And it's almost like I want to post, it was a trick and people lost jobs over it. And I'm doing this live, guys. I'm doing this live. And then this other one. This guy, Sayin Ran, again, another one that where someone's like, wow, all the people who got complimentary flights, hotels, meals, and exclusive access to play High Guard are all saying the video game is good. Couldn't imagine why. And then this guy says the game is free. I don't know who Sayin Ran is. It's just someone that, again, is an influencer. Saying the game is free. If you're interested, play it. If you're not, go play something else. It's not that hard. I would say what is hard is knowing people lost jobs over these practices and were rightly called out. That's my take. And I think we do need to go back and do this, because if we don't, we're just going to repeat these mistakes. And then we have Jeff Keighley just posting a picture from Polygon saying High Guard isn't DOA. In fact, after 4 hours, I'm convinced it's one of the best new shooters in years. And it's like, what? This is what led to job losses. The same thing with the Polygon saying Dragon Age, the Veil Guard is the friend group simulator we've been waiting for. Get by with a little help from your friends. That's kind of funny. Now, Polygon, Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time dissecting people's bad takes that then are part of a problem. It's just these things need to be highlighted, or it's going to continue to happen. And then all discussion online is going to be is, oh, this again, more layoffs? Because aren't we talking about layoffs right now? Microsoft, Bungie laid off a whole bunch of people. The investor trap, how VC money and influencer hype are killing the game industry. And then, this isn't finalized yet. I'm still going to be working on some of the numbers and the sources. There are sources. But it's just showing how much, like, funded versus independent, like how much when games are backed by investing. I think once, and I guess you can delineate between the investor. Like, let's say an investor is a group or someone that loves video games and they want to build a portfolio of games. That's one thing. But the main investor thing we're seeing are people that are just wanting to see, oh, can we make money off of this hype thing that people are going to buy into? Not just gaming, but anything, right? And that's kind of like the backbone, the foundation of what our job market's based on. Now, I guess coincidentally enough, I did lose my job last week, but it really had nothing to do with this. This stuff has nothing to do with like why I lost my job. And it's funny because I'm not even associating my job loss with this. This is more of, as a gamer that likes games and likes talking about games, there's multiple facets that are just making the conversation dumb. And again, that's influencers blindly pushing anything without anything behind it. And And that's it. Because if it wasn't for these influencers that were going along with this, investors wouldn't then see the money to put into things randomly. And it would require a game dev to be like, okay, if this is something we really truly want to make on our own, we have to figure out how to raise the money, how to work on it. Stardew Valley did, Among Us did, Undertale did, Hades did, Hollow Knight did. So, and I would even say like a company like Nintendo, because they are a video games first company, they're able to do things, they've gone through layoffs and stuff, but they always come out with good quality stuff. And you can even tell by Nintendo's work, it's not like they are taking advantage of a facet of the game industry, whether that's the developers, the technology. Some companies, they're pushing as much graphics as they can. Like, let's get the tech top tier, top of the line. We don't need that. And that's, another issue with all this. And so then the hype cycle. And actually, I should post this. That would probably be the better play here. You know what? I almost feel bad picking on Jeff Keighley, because I feel like he was in a he's an example of someone that just happened to be in a position of privilege to do what he's doing. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think if you're someone in a position of privilege to get your voice out there, that's great. That's actually good. It's just the problem is if you haven't been able to organically create that voice, then over time, the essence of what you were trying to do is lost, and then it almost looks like you don't know what you're talking about. And I feel like that's what happened to Jeff Keighley. He's just someone that from a very young age was really into gaming and the gaming industry. And so he had the connections early on to be able to get some really cool stuff early on. Like he would do those postmortems with, I forget what it was like. I think he did one with Valve, maybe with Blizzard, I forget. But then over time, he just became a hype machine. And probably he didn't mean to, but it just became that. So then again, you have this hype cycle that a company's just like, hey, we want to make some quick money. Let's raise some money for this game studio. Let's make some influencer deals, and then let's launch the game. But because that, and again, we've talked about this a lot. A lot of times things are popular because of how much they were pushed. But if they're not good, it doesn't matter how much you push. So sometimes it works. In this case, like Highguarded didn't, studio closes, and then the VC exits, and then they repeat this process with the next game. Now, the one, silver lining right now could be that a lot of investors are pulling out to do AI stuff. So that could help bring the game industry back to this balance where the people that are investing in and spending their time and money with games are people that actually want to make games. So that means they're going to be a little more deliberate with costs and technology, etc. So, hey, chat got lively. That's pretty cool. Hey, good to see you, Ultronomous. Stephen Midnight Hatter. Ultronomous, you're here all the time. No, I'm just joking. This is from Stephen Midnight Hatter. The financialization of gaming government, all business will destroy our entire way of life. And that is really true down at the core base level of it. Everything is based on that. And so it just doesn't work. PE firms using leverage positions to fund projects or investments that are not intended to succeed just so they can load the companies with debt and extract wealth from it. Exactly. And so when it doesn't work, they exit. They didn't lose anything. Ultronomous, wasn't there an old film that was literally about them making an intentionally bad movie to get rich? Yeah, the producers. Yeah, that's I think that was like a play too, or something, or Broadway thing. I don't know. Midnight Hatter has a good point. It's the same thing going on with AI companies too. Regardless of how you feel about AI technologies, the companies that are making the tools are using hype and credit to fleece retail investors, and that's what we're going to see. There's going to be the ones that succeed because they did it in an honest way, and then the ones that are going to fail are the ones that they just are just doing it to do it. Again, just like with it's any industry. I guess it's just if you're close to that industry, it's sad. I guess that's a good way to put it. Yeah, it's all about cash flow. So you guys get it, and I'm glad. I'm glad I can kind of talk to you guys, and you bring up other examples to support that. So, all right, was there any other news? There was a shareholder that was asking Nintendo, will you make Nintendo DS or 3DS games playable on Switch too? And Furukawa said, I can't answer your question specifically, but we are working to make our valuable back catalog playable on current hardware wherever possible. That's cool. There's a bunch of Wii U. Well, that's the thing. I ended up buying a 3DS again. What was that, 2 years ago? Because there are games on there that's still the best way to play. And Wii U, I've been thinking the same thing, but Star Fox Zero is, and I've already played that, but I wouldn't mind playing it again. But it's like, would I buy a Wii U? And a Wii U is actually not that expensive. You could actually get a Wii U for a good price and play some good games. Yeah, think about that. You could get a Wii U, play Breath of the Wild, Star Fox Zero, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, even Twilight Princess, I think it was on Wii U also. Didn't they have... It's kind of funny to think about that. All right. And then Mega Man Star Force Collection and the like have been showing paths forward with that. That is another good example. The Castlevania DS, even though that was more of a Konami thing, I love that a company went back to one of their Nintendo exclusive games and was able to port it, but also figure out how to do the thing with the dual screen. It's great. Last bit of news real quick is the price of the Xbox went up again. So everything's going up in price. And, you know, I don't have too much of a... My take is a little weird on it because as much as I love video games, I do know that they are like an unnecessary hobby. I mean, even to the degree of needing to spend a lot of money to play them. You really don't. If you have a phone, you get a controller, you can nearly play nearly everything, but not really like the latest and greatest, but you kind of can if you stream it. And that's the thing. I mean, the streaming technology is there, and I feel like what we're really seeing is it's just impractical to continue specialized hardware just with the cloud and stuff like that. Not that that's the way it should go, but again, these are unnecessary hobbies. So it's like, you know, again, if there's someone out there that without an investor, but they put their mind to it, and they have, you can make your own console. We have the Evercade. We have the new Neo Geo that's coming out. So anyway, all right. I think I'm going to jump into some Star Fox. Let me get, oh yeah, that was quick. I love this cable I have and this company that made the cable. Oh, that broke my camera there, but look how easy I was able to do that. I just plugged my Switch into a cable that was already in my computer. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let me show you guys, what should I do? I'll just do the campaign. Resume. And look, local and game share. That's cool. So yeah, how it works is you do the different runs. Like if I do view achievements, you could see each level that I've played. Like I haven't got to Katina yet in a run, but you could see each level I've played and like what I've done there. So you could see where I've done the alternate paths. Those I mainly remembered from playing it before. But also there's like medals. Like I think only one level I have a medal. So there's stuff you can go back and do. It's pretty cool. But let's do this. Ultronus, be like me, go for the cheap indie games and sales. Yeah, and there's so much good gaming that can come out of that. Okay, this is cool. Now, I already beat it the secret way when I played it the first time, so I'm just gonna beat it the standard way.
Landmaster deployed. Talk me through it, Slippy.
It boosts and rolls just like the R-Wing. It hovers too.
What's interesting is you have to wait for the charge in order to
This train doesn't
jump
stop for anybody.
again, and it's a little weird. Was it like that in the other one and I forgot?
Here you go.
Oh, I just... Okay, ran into that.
Seems they're not taking me
It is...
seriously.
Okay. It is crazy how one-to-one they were able to make this feel. Despite
Out these fighters for us, Fox.
the upgraded graphics like crazy. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, I just shot that.
Hey, I've got my hands full up here.
Can I shoot that?
Want some more?
What? I feel like I'm slow.
How's the Landmaster doing, Fox?
The train hasn't managed to shake me yet.
Try the hover mode.
Oh, that's when I want to do the hover mode.
Detach the rear car.
What? It didn't... You know what I've realized? I don't know if it's something I'm doing, actually, but sometimes the lock-on doesn't lock on. And then I'm like, okay, did I do something? That was cool. Yeah, it's really crazy. You can't just... Like, if you use a boost or something, you see on the top left, like, you can't immediately get back to dodging.
You could cover me from down there.
And so it could have been that that was in the other game. It just didn't have like an indicator like we see here. Okay, that didn't even do it.
What's wrong? Come a little closer.
God, sometimes I feel like I need to work on my aiming. Okay. See, like it was delayed. I wasn't able to jump until it finished charging. So then each time I'm actually hitting. That was weird. I did a really bad... The first time I played through this, I beat it
Landmaster
the secret
deployed.
path
Talk me through it, Slippy.
without dying.
Boosts and rolls just like the R-Wing.
You know
It
what?
hovers, too.
Again, that could be due to playing and talking.
The train
Even though
is
I
in
do
my
enjoy that.
sights. Let's do some damage.
This train doesn't stop for anybody.
Oh, yeah, that didn't work out.
Here
Thank
you
you.
go.
Oh, you know what I should be doing? I'll have to do that later.
They're not taking me seriously.
I could be using the mouse mode.
Company up here.
And then I think, yeah, look at that. It's like a first person. Let me try that for a little bit. But see, it's not, it's weird how often it doesn't,
Hey, I've got my hands full up here.
lock on. Like sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. I'm gonna go back to this. There we go.
Want some more?
Oh, no. I would love to have gotten that, but I can get this one over
How's the Landmaster doing, Fox?
The train hasn't managed to shake me yet.
Ah,
Try the hover mode.
Detach the rear car.
yeah, that was weird. That was weird. I'm going to say there is something up with the homing charge shot. Unless it has to do with these new graphics and I'm not noticing it. Because I was just playing a lot of Star Fox 64 recently. And I was able to,
Unwanted attention here.
you know, plan that out, the timing.
Surprised you could cover me from down there.
What's wrong? Come a little closer. Use hover.
Okay, enough time. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's also those tweets, if you guys look it up. You don't have to, because I can tell you about it. Where there are some areas in the game that creates these, like, walls, these dead ends that kill you. And again, I don't know if that's also part of where sometimes there's like these little bugs, you know, that feel different than the original game. Okay, that hurt me and I was... whatever. Alright, get some health. Although I'd like to get a... ah, there we go. I'd like to get a gold ring. Oh my god, I thought I could just block enough. Okay. What? So those things right there, I already did it in my first playthrough, so I'm not gonna bother with it. Because I didn't actually, you know, you don't actually beat the boss if you do it like this.
You get to see my new toy. Lucky you.
Alright, let's do this.
On over here. Shy.
Data analysis coming your way now.
Full steam ahead.
Oh. Yeah, I gotta move. That's gonna hurt.
We can still take
Run.
out this train.
No, that was a little dangerous. This isn't gonna look good. Alright.
Aim for its tail. Well, I'm having a great time.
Got a bogey on my 6.
Oh, I'm gonna try. There we go.
Appreciate it, Bob.
Oh, so a little too late on that.
That's it. Don't let up.
Okay.
For you.
For me? Oh no, this isn't good.
Shoot that weapon.
Oh yeah, get away from there. Nice.
And shoot that weapon.
Oh my gosh. Barely anything.
I picked up a shadow.
Wait. No. Get away.
Cool. That's usually a pretty tough boss, actually. I'm glad I did that. Oh, love this music.
That should slow things down for the enemy. Report, team.
The Landmaster was the star of the show.
So, but this came out like in the original 96, 97, the N64 one, so I was like,
Done already? I was hoping to cause more mayhem.
so it was either 13 or 14 when this came out. Or the N64 version. And like, the epic music after going through a level, like, oh my gosh. Like, it's cool that you could still get those feelings. Oh man, look at how much I got damaged. Nice.
That assault vehicle of yours got the job done, Fox. The enemy won't soon recover from their loss on Macbeth.
Sounds
Yep,
to me.
thank you. Okay, so, okay, I haven't done this one either, and then we'll be the last level, but I'm actually gonna jump off for now. But, alright guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back next week with some more. I don't know if I'm going to do any other stuff later this weekend, but I'll let you guys know. But yeah, so I'm going to head out. I'll have a good one. We'll talk later. See y'all.